Whether it's learning about earnings estimates, exploring the Zacks rank, or adding to your financial toolkit, get the education and resources to help you become a more successful investor here on Investing the Zacks Way. This now is the third in a series of segments on how the Zacks rank works well with the four main investing styles. This time, our editor-at-large, Steve Reitmeister, is joined by Michael Vodicka. Mike is our momentum stock analyst at Zacks.com. Welcome, gents.
Hey, Terry.
Thank you.
This time, Mike, we're going to start with you, as luck would have it. Let's start by talking about momentum stock investing and how it differs from other investing styles.
Sure, we can do that. Momentum investing is really born out of enthusiasm and excitement, and momentum investors are looking for stocks that are rallying, stocks that are on the move. Now, it does function somewhat counterintuitively because traditionally investors like to buy low and sell high, but in the momentum category, investors are looking to buy high and sell higher. They're looking to catch a wave of enthusiasm and ride it to some profits.
That's interesting, and that must be hard to do.
Yeah, it can be sometimes, but what we're trying to do is, like with the Zacks rank and blending them together, is that we're trying to help folks find the best stocks that will continue to be on the move. And what you have here is kind of momentum investors come from the technical analysis school of investing, and they're taking a look at historical patterns and trying to say that those will continue on into the future. And then you got the fundamental side, earnings and things of that nature, for which the Zacks rank is part of. Now, some investors, it's like religion. They only want one and not the other.
Purists.
Right, but most investors are in the camp where they want both working together. They want the fundamentals to make sure they're getting the best companies, they have the best outlooks, earnings outlooks, so the Zacks rank helps there. And momentum is taking a look at whether it be their charts or how they're trending on price, and that's going well. So fundamentals, what stocks to be in, momentum and technicals, the time to get in and the time to get out, and they work very well together.
Mike, what about some key ingredients that investors should look for and try to keep at the forefront of their mind when trying to find the best momentum stocks to buy right now?
Sure. Kind of building upon what Steve mentioned before about combining both the fundamental and technical sides of the component or the equation is, momentum can be born out of either sides, but in a perfect world, you want to really capture both. So on the fundamental side, really, it's good to take a kind of a top-down approach. You want to focus on what segments of the market are outperforming the overall market. A good example of that would be what we saw happening in the technology sector in the late 90s, and then more recently, what we saw happening in the commodities sector over the last couple of years. We had a big rally in commodity stocks. And then as far as the actual, so then moving down the line is that once you identify the more aggressive growing sectors, you're looking for companies that have earnings estimates that are going up, companies that have recently beat their quarterly numbers, or you're looking for companies that maybe are coming out with some kind of new product release, like think Apple coming out with their iPod. So these kinds of events tend to facilitate a lot of enthusiasm and generate more volume and push prices higher.
Interesting.
And shifting gears a little bit here and going on to the technical side.
Sure.
Like Steve said, the technical side kind of helps you narrow your focus a little bit and helps you create initiation points here. So basically the two components of the technical side are chart patterns and technical indicators. Now, as far as chart patterns go, the biggest things that we look for here would be a breakout. And one chart that I brought with me that I want to share with our audience is the share price for Almost Family. And what we saw is this stock was trading sideways through most of September and October, and then it began consolidating into a tighter formation. And then a couple of days before its third quarter results, which it reported on November 5th, the stock started to accelerate. Company came out, reported a great quarter, and stock price surged, and that's the time that the momentum investor wants to strike and get on board.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So Steve, we've covered the buy part of the equation. So once investors now buy one of these momentum stocks, how do they know when to sell it?
Yeah, what we're trying to say is here, the best way to do it is you want both indicators working for you getting into these stocks. Both the fundamentals, so like the earnings estimates in the Zacks rank, and then the technicals, taking a look for the right chart pattern to get into the stock. Now, on the way out, we're not going to look for confirmation from both. If either one of them fails, if the fundamentals or technicals fail, that would be your signal to get out. So from the fundamental side, earnings estimates head lower, or the clearest signal, Zacks rank falling to a 4 or a 5, which is in the sell category, we would unravel that position, or if the chart pattern starts to fail, or a lot of people might put in like an 8 to 12% stop loss on the position. If it just falls in price, you say, you know what, I'm just going to clear out this trade because obviously it's not fulfilling its pattern, what the pattern should have been. So if fundamentals fail, you're out. If technicals fail, you're out. But don't wait for both to confirm. You only need one.
Mike, free resources that we have on Zacks.com that'll help investors find these best momentum stocks.
Sure, absolutely. Well, I personally write a momentum column every day here, and what I do is I scour the Zacks rank #1 stocks, and I look for the right combination of fundamentals and technicals, and we do a write-up on it, and that is on the upper right-hand side of our website. That's a really nice feature right there. We also have an education section on the website too. We talk about some of the fundamental developments that can lead to momentum, and we also go over some of the chart patterns, some of the technical developments that would facilitate momentum. Beyond that, we also have really good charts on the Zacks website. They're easy to manipulate. You can easily go from a 5-day chart to a 3-month to a 6-month. It has a full boat of technical indicators on the charts, things like a MACD, a stochastic indicator, volume indicators. And then beyond that, one more thing I wanted to mention that relates to the fundamental side is the Zacks website also has a portfolio tracker function that allows you to put your ticker symbols into it. And what this portfolio does, it will email you on a daily basis and let you know if there's been any changes in estimates. And that's a really good way to keep track of the fundamental picture with your stocks.
You turn up in some videos too about momentum stocks. We recap some of the text pieces that you write about from time to time.
Very true.
I make fun of Mike because he takes it so well, but that's okay. Steve, what about the paid resources on Zacks.com?
Yeah, building upon some of the free stuff that we have, our Zacks Premium service obviously gives you full access to the Zacks rank. So here again, there's over 220 stocks that are buy-rated Zacks rank stocks. You could start with that list and then start narrowing down with, say, the screener. Take a look for companies breaking through 52-week highs and things of that nature, which would be clear signs, momentum, and start narrowing down the list from there. As Mike was saying, a portfolio tracker, our free portfolio tracker will tell you about changes in the estimates. Our premium portfolio tracker will tell you about changes in the Zacks rank, which is a clearer indication of which ones to stay in and which ones to sell. And just going one notch further, we do have a service called Zacks Momentum Trader, which, here again, the good news is there's a lot of great Zacks #1 ranked stocks that have excellent momentum. The bad news is it's hard to pick between them because there's going to be so many that are going to have attractive patterns. And so our momentum trader process is folks like Mike taking a look at the stocks that are out there and narrowing down the list and picking just a handful at a time as a portfolio to trade in the market. And here again, he's going to keep an eye, one to take profits, one to cut loss if it starts working against us, and it's very clear buy-sell signals in that service. So that's Zacks Momentum Trader.
All right, thanks to both of you for being with us in this particular segment of Investing the Zacks Way. And that's how the Zacks rank and earnings estimates improve investor success when it comes to momentum stock picking. With Steve and Mike, I'm Terry Ruffalo.